My name is Elias. I am only 22 years old. I left the hustle and bustle of the city and set foot on the snow-capped mountains of America. There was only snow and silence all around. Every step seemed to be leading me to a new life. Seeing the beauty of the mountains and the river, I realized that this would be my new address. My dream life would begin here. I met an old woodcutter nearby. He said, "If you want to live here, you have to build your own house." I cut wood every morning until evening. It was very cold, but my dream was bigger than that. Slowly, the walls of my cabin began to rise over each piece of wood. It seemed that I was not just building a house, but also my future. After many days of hard work, the roof was also installed. Standing on the mountain and watching the sunset, it seemed that all the hardships were worthwhile. On a quiet winter evening, I was standing in front of my small wooden cabin. Then I realized that true happiness is hidden not in the big city, but in the life you build with your own hard work. Too, as the winter grew, life in the forest became more difficult. I used to prepare food for traps every day. Survival was the biggest challenge then. Suddenly one day, I saw a police search party in the distance. They seemed to be looking for someone. I was observing everything from a distance. An old hunter in the forest signaled everyone to be quiet. He saw some strange footprints on the snow. Meanwhile, the rescue team had surrounded the entire mountainous area. Evening was falling, but the search had not stopped yet. I was hiding behind a tree and holding my breath. The search team and the dog were very close. At night, I returned to the cabin and opened an old map. I was thinking about which way to get out safely. Suddenly, I heard a sound outside the window and my chest trembled. It seemed that someone was moving around my cabin. I opened the door a little and looked outside. There was only darkness and snow all around, but I felt like someone was following me. Finally, I went out with an axe in hand. I gathered my courage and walked towards the darkness. I had to know the truth. The next morning I saw two policemen approaching my cabin. I realized that this time there was no chance of hiding. There was a loud knock on the door. The police were standing outside. They said, "We've just come to ask some questions." A storm was raging inside me. Slowly, I opened the door and began to tell the truth. After a few hours, all the misunderstandings ended. I was not a criminal. I just dreamed of living alone, peacefully, in the midst of nature. That harsh winter of 1991 taught me that courage, patience, and honesty are the greatest strengths of a person. Even today, when I look at that snow-covered mountain, I remember every moment of that journey.